everyone, this is Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and it is the third Saturday art video hop. This is the first time I've participated in this one, but it is the same group as the second, what is it, second Saturday, second Sunday, that other one that I was in with the premieres. They shortened their video time to 10 minutes, and 15 is tough for me for my processes, so I decided to go with this one instead. So remember to go down below the video, click on the next link. Once you're done with mine, then there'll be another link, and watch that one. Give them some love, some thumbs up and comments and things. Subscribe to their channel because they're providing free art content for you. And then when you're done with that one, click on the next one and the next one. I don't know for sure how many are participating, but the videos are 15 minutes long, so it won't take you very long to hop through all the great art. So for this video hop group, there's always themes each month. There's a video hop, 2 video hops in this group every single month. So the themes for May were strawberries, Maritime Day, Lucky Penny, Escargot Day, Cookie Monster's birthday, jazz, and then also flowers and Mother's Day. So any of those might be what you see in the hop. Just, sometimes everyone kind of fixates on one thing and sometimes everyone does something different. So you just never know. But I was thinking about strawberry, and the thing that a couple things came to my mind. Strawberry shortcake is my mom's favorite dessert, and I just made it on her birthday in February, and then again on Mother's Day I made a version of it. I made what are those things called? Trifle with angel food cakes, strawberries, and like a creamy cheesecake type layer. It was really good. It's delicious for Mother's Day. So I was thinking about strawberry shortcake and how nice it would be to just have some strawberry shortcake to eat right now. And then that kind of brought up this whole nostalgic thing of when my friend's daughter was little. She's a little bit older than my kids, and of course she's a girl, which I didn't have a girl. And when she was little, I used to babysit her. And, she would watch the different cute cartoons. And I remember there was this one called Strawberry Shortcake. And she had a little outfit that had Strawberry Shortcake on the t-shirt. And then I think little pink shorts maybe that went to it. It's a long, long, long time ago. She's a grown-up now. She's in her 30s. So, it's fun to think back on those weird old times that you don't think about very often, like when you were babysitting a little baby. And so it just stuck in my head. Strawberry shortcake character. So then I started thinking about what it looked like, and it's, a cutesy little whimsical character. And I thought, well, I could make that little doll or cartoon or whatever it is, and I could do it as collage. So I'm doing it in my junk journal, and this junk journal is literally made out of junk. You guys have seen it a lot on my channel recently. I made it in January, and I wanted to do a little junk journal page exercise each morning to calm myself down and put myself in a good mood for the day. I was doing it so well, and then lately I haven't really been doing it every day, so I need to get back into it. But it has a lot of pages, and it's just made out of stuff. In this particular page, one half of it is a hot tamales box, which is a cinnamon candy that I like, and the other half of it is just like some discarded printed pages, and I think I glued 2 of them together. There's something on the other side. I tucked in protective pages so that I don't mess up whatever's on the other side. I put on some super heavy gesso, which is like a really thick, heavy gesso that kind of, blocked out all that hot tamale stuff. I picked it, though, because it's red. Because, of all the pages, well, here's a red one. Well, strawberry shortcake, red strawberries. So that's kind of why I picked that page. The 2 sides are different sizes, and one of them has, the cardboard box situation flaps still on it, but it doesn't matter. That's what's great about junk journaling is you can just do whatever you want, because it's literally stuff that would have been thrown away off your desk. And so if you mess it up, it doesn't matter. It's not the best quality paper and everything, and it's not super easy to use. You have to learn a little workarounds for the bumpy paper and whatever. But hey, it's fun. So then I ended up drawing my strawberry shortcake person on a piece of deli paper and then cutting it apart. I drew it and made it into a pattern. Cut it apart, and then I found different scrap papers from my stash of tons of papers everywhere. And I cut out all the parts by taking that deli paper, trimming them out into the sections, gluing it upside down on the back of the paper, just tacking it on there and using that as a pattern to cut out. I do this type of a thing with my paper painted collage a lot. You'll see me, have a shape. Usually I'll put a lot of different pieces of paper on that one shape, and then I can cut it out and make it into whatever piece of the thing it is. But this time it's straight up paper piecing. It's just pieces of paper cut into the shapes. I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't try to shade and highlight with the paper like I do sometimes. So this is paper piecing. I know sometimes people call my paper painting paper piecing. It's not the same. Paper painting is using little bits of paper to replace the paint strokes, basically. So you're doing your shading, your highlights, everything with the paper, little shredded up papers that you've torn with your hands usually. This is making a pattern, cutting out the pieces, and gluing them down. So the papers were different thicknesses. The red is actually gel printed cardstock. It was very thick. And then the little bonnet part was very thin gel printed deli paper. So because of the different thicknesses, I decided to use a craft glue, Aleene's tacky glue. I've been using it since I was born. It's been around forever. It's a really strong glue, and I put it on and I like smush it around with my finger to make sure it gets all the way to the edges, and it dries quickly, tacks quickly. It's tacky. It becomes tacky quickly. So that's what I ended up gluing everything down with, just because of the differences in the papers. And I didn't want to use matte gel medium, which is what I use for collage usually, and that would have worked great for this, but I would have had to wait for it to dry. And this has to be a quick video, so I didn't want to do any of the drawing time. I just wanted to get it done. So then I got out my, let's see, these are, who makes these? Anyway, they're the Pit Artist pins. They're brush pins that the ink inside is India ink. So it's not water soluble. Once it's dry, it's permanent. You have a couple seconds to blend it before it is done being blendy and it just becomes permanent on the paper. You have a little bit better time to blend if you're working on something that's sealed. So if I use this with the matte medium to glue all this and put a coat of matte medium at the top, I would add more time to blend, because this did really sink into the paper really quickly, not sealed, but I was able to work with it. So I used those pins for all my shading and extra adding things like putting the green stripes on the legs, putting the little strawberries on the hat and dress, putting the hair on. It's supposed to look like yarn hair, like a Raggedy Ann doll kind of. And then I went around the whole thing and did a shadow around the whole edge with a gray color, just to make it feel more integrated into the page. I had also drawn a cat on the other side, but I ended up not paper piecing the cat. I ended up just also using the pens and a water brush and stuff to colorize it. I also used a black Posca pen, which is an acrylic paint pen, and a white Posca pen, which is, of course, acrylic paint. So everything on here is permanent when it's dry. Not that it really matters in a junk journal. I could have used watercolor. It doesn't really matter. It's just a little book that's going to get closed, and I'm probably the only person, besides you all, of course, who will ever see it. I guess all of you guys see it, so I don't know. It's not quite as private as I was thinking. But the little cat, I outlined it with the gray Pit Artist brush pen. Then I added some pink and kind of blended that out with a water brush. This side, of course, it's drawn right onto the acrylic paint. So acrylic paint seals it and makes it more blendy, whereas the papers on the other side that were just glued down were not sealed. So I made the cat a little bit more pink than the background. The background's a light pink paint. And I used the black Posca pen for illustration lines. I used a white Posca big fat pen to make dots. The Strawberry Shortcake doll character's cat was a pink spotted cat with dots, polka dots. So, I mean, I think so, anyway. And I put it on some little grass because I don't like things floating in the air. Then I felt like the background needed something besides just pink paint. It was like, it's boring. So I took a Stencil Girl stencil and some Distress Oxide colors, a bright pink and a bright greenish yellow. Citron, I think that one's called Twisted Citron or something like that. I can't remember what the pink is. Picked raspberry, maybe. And I used my stencil brushes that look like toothbrushes. The ones that are makeup brushes that look like toothbrushes that make great stencil brushes. I will put a link below to those if you guys want to pick some up for your own stenciling. They work great for this. And I just stenciled on with the ink pads to make kind of a faded background of flowers and leaves in the same type of colors, and that looks much better. I was bored with the plain, super plain background. Then I grabbed some Tim Holtz stickers that are like little snippets from books, like little snippets. I wish they were white. I don't know why it has to be that vintage color. I guess because distress everything has to be vintage. I would really love it if they were white, because you could always change them to a vintage color if you wanted to. It would have to be white, you know. But I picked out different phrases that made sense with what I was thinking about with the page, the nostalgia, the wholesomeness of taking care of a little girl who wears a little outfit, and just, Strawberry Shortcake. Back when the cartoons were really benign. So yeah, just things that related to that. And then this is a rub-on. It says, "This is a happy life." And I thought that was a good addition to this page. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to go and hop through everyone else's videos, and also to give mine a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can join my channel membership if you would like, for exclusive content that comes out on the 15th. And here comes the close-ups. Bye-bye.